I got asked, could I do a new video on my EDC? So this is exactly what this is. I'm going to call this my UK 2017 EDC. And some of the stuff in this will vary depending on where I'm not going, but I'll show you the general sort of stuff I carry on me with each individual thing, and then sort of all of it together. So a leather wallet, that's pretty straightforward. It's got cards and cash in there. Up there we have my Golf's car keys and house keys attached to it. It's the sort of flip out remote type one there. We have a Swiss Army knife on the right and a TorJet jet lighter on the left. I could use a couple of lighters, but the TorJet one is handy enough for this. So this is my Swiss Army knife. The reason I like this knife is you've got a flat-headed screwdriver on there and a bottle opener, and there's also a Phillips screwdriver as well as all the blades you get on there. So I find having the two screwdrivers on there is really invaluable. There's been so many times where I've wanted to have a screwdriver and not had one, so I just generally keep this on me and then that does everything. Annoyingly, I managed to lose a lot of my other folding knives. I have no idea where half of them have gone, but I tend not to lose this one, so there it is. Motorola G4 mobile. This is the outdated one now. They have a more updated mobile currently. This one's good enough for what it is. I like the G4s. I like the Motorola mobiles in general just because for the price you get a very good mobile compared to a Samsung or an iPhone. This one is equivalent to probably one of the quite new Samsungs, not the latest generation, but for about £150 you're getting a £400 smartphone if it had Samsung's or Apple's name on it. Casio WaveCeptor watch, titanium case, although it has got a bit of plastic between the case back, which is a bit of a weak point. Sapphire glass as well. So it's really strong, durable, apart from that bit of plastic there. 100 meter water depth, but the main reason I like this watch is it sets itself via radio. So it's always at the correct time. You can check it against an atomic clock. If you look at the time on this watch, it's always correct. It also charges via solar, so you don't really need to change the battery in it unless it's every 10 to 20 years or something. So very, very good watch, really good as an EDC watch. And I also normally have this on my arm as well. It's a Tomtom sports sort of tracker armband. See, I've only done 26 steps since I've woken up this morning to do this video. I haven't had it on for some of the morning because I just left it charging. It can measure body fat and heart rate and everything else. You know what these sort of sports trackers do. I've done a separate video on this, but it's normally a bit of EDC, so I thought I'd include it before I forget to show it on the video. So medication, blue inhaler on the right. I don't tend to need to use the inhaler much because my asthma is only very mild. It's normally only if something sets it off, like thick dust or something, where I need to actually use an inhaler. And at that point I'm not really choking, it's just a bit more difficult than normal to breathe. I'm a bit wheezy. Here we have codeine phosphate. You can't get that over the counter. I have that because I have a slip disc. Behind them we have antacids, because I sometimes have quite a lot of indigestion problems or sort of heartburn type stuff. And left of those we've got cocodamol, which you can get over the counter. That's just paracetamol and codeine together. So if I take one of those with two of those, that's obviously very effective pain relief. Now probably the most interesting item on my EDC is my Kevlar vest. It's a level 2 Kevlar front and back with extra stab protection. It's an ex-police one because that's the cheapest way of buying Kevlar in the UK that's decent. You just simply buy the stuff the police have got rid of when they've modernised. The current police ones offer the same protection, they're just thinner and probably a bit more comfortable. But as I said, Kevlar panel in the front and back. Very hard to stab through it unless you have a particularly good stabbing blade like a Fairbairn Sykes. That would probably get through it, but a simple knife wouldn't. And obviously the reason I wear that there is two reasons. One is my local area has totally gone to shit, so when I'm you know, in and around town going to work and back, often when you're waiting at the bus stop, you'll get a really aggressive sort of beggar come up to you who often will try and get violent if you won't give him money. Happened to me actually again the other day when some bloke came up asking for money for food. Yeah, right. You know, because he said he was starving and homeless. And I'd seen him 5 minutes ago being literally bought loads of food items from some, you know, naive girl who thought she was doing good, I guess. And when I pointed that out to him, he got really angry and aggressive, took a swing for me and missed, and I just walked off and left him there, muttering to himself. So that's my first reason for wearing Kevlar, is you never know what those people might try and pull on you. Second reason is obviously due to the terror threat rising here. The probability that you're going to get shot and stabbed is going up quite a lot. We barely have police where I am. They use police now to enforce traffic violations, not actually to protect people. Because the big government, I'm not a big fan of it. So because in the UK you're not legally allowed to carry a firearm or anything to defend yourself with, which is why I keep saying to the Americans who view my channel, that's why your Second Amendment is so important to actually protect you. This vest is obviously gives you some protection from a knife-wielding maniac or a pistol-shooting maniac. Rifle it wouldn't stop, but somebody with a pistol it could easily stop. A knife it would stop unless they got you in the throat or head or wherever else, but at least a large percentage of your body is covered. And this rather boring looking tan jacket is currently the thing I'm just using to wear over the Kevlar, because I don't like to publicly display the Kevlar, because there's certainly people who would get a bit worried if they saw you wearing it. So this easily covers the Kevlar. If it's colder weather I wear a denim jacket that's sort of got the fur inside, or a lumberjack type shirt. But for summer this is fine, it's quite light and thin material. So its purpose is just to really give me some more pockets for all my EDC stuff and hide the Kevlar. Hopefully that's the sort of video you were asking for when you wanted to see my updated EDC. So that was all the stuff. As I said, it can vary depending on the day where I'm going. Sometimes I'll be carrying stuff, sometimes I won't. But that's my general EDC. So I hope you found that interesting. If you like my videos and haven't already, subscribe. If you want to support me, that'd be really helpful. You can donate $1 a month on Patreon. The link will be in the end of the video and in the description. And I hope I'm going to have more videos coming out that you like, so stay tuned. Thank you.